everyone has their particular thing that they do in order to calm themselves, to make themselves feel comfortable, put themselves in a particular comfort zone when they are sad or lonely or in need of solitude, in need to relieve their stress. For some, that could be sitting at a lake, doing poetry, creating a piece of art, working out. But at the end of the day, it's all about finding your peace when you're at a time of distress, when you're at a time of need. So today we're going to talk about finding your peace, while also talking about finding my peace and what exactly that leads to. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh, that sucked. Okay. Buenos tardes, beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. My name is Keyshawn Nunley, and I am the owner, founder, and designer of All Things Casmic Assist, a clothing brand dedicated to illustrating mental and emotional health issues through art and poetry, while also providing my own unique perspectives and experiences on how to heal. So today's video is going to be about finding your peace, particularly ways to go about it, healthy ways to do it, things that I try to avoid and maybe you guys can try to avoid as well by implementing what I say. But before that, like every video, please be sure to go to the Casmic Assist website by going to casmicassist.store. There you'll find the reasons why the brand was created, more about me, how we fit together as a community. You'll find all the art, the poetry, the designs, clothes that fit all of it. Hopefully you'll find something interesting about yourself that you didn't know, something interesting about the brand and me that you didn't know. There's a blog that helps you do all of that with behind the scenes content, unique thoughts and perspectives, and some more background information on the art and poetry, as well as, some giveaways that I do every so often where I give away free clothing or free unique items. So the website's very cool. It's very fitting of me and most likely very fitting of you. And there's definitely something useful and interesting that you'll find in there. There's some secrets in there that I have in there that nobody has discovered yet, but hope maybe you will. So with all that being said, let's get started with the video. So what does it mean what do I mean when I say find your peace, find your peace? Well, all of us have a coping mechanism, or excuse me, all of us have sets of coping mechanisms for different situations, right? For example, and they can be healthy or unhealthy, but we won't get into that just yet. Your coping mechanism could be eating, could be going on a walk, could be taking a nap, could be working out, could be drinking alcohol, could be sexual pleasure, it could be art, it could be a number of things. It could be just impulsive shopping. It could be, there's a variety of ways that you can cope with whatever you're dealing with. Now, whether or not that mechanism is healthy is always up for debate. Well, some less than others. But not every mechanism will help you find your peace. Some mechanisms will give you temporary numbness, like drinking or doing drugs or sexual pleasure, or just going from mate to mate, trying to, get a temporary peace, like sense of satisfaction or calmness or whatever you want. Even like art or poetry, listening to music or working out, if you don't find the root of the problem, it's just temporary. All of it's temporary. Whether or not your coping mechanism is healthy, it's all temporary if you don't find the root of the problem. So that's what it means, finding your peace. It's finding the root of the problem, getting rid of the roots, destroying any way for that problem to reroot itself, and developing a sense of calm around the fact that you will never face that problem again. And even if you do, it won't really affect you. It's just gone. It's just like, oh, look at that. I'll just go the other way. It doesn't really bother me, you know? So for me, when I need to find my peace, I like to just be by myself. Not because I hate people, and I don't really like people, but there are many times where I need to be able to sit with my own thoughts and understand what I'm going through and the reasons why I'm going through it. And some people around me are like, you spend too much time with yourself. You can't always be by yourself and do that. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. But a lot of things I do need to be by myself for in order for me to relinquish myself to the reality that I have an issue. And not everyone will understand my issue. I need to be able to cope with myself first and figure out what my problem is by myself first. Personally, that's my personal thing. And then when I feel like I need help, I will ask for help. I always do. It hasn't always been the case, but it is now. Right? Once I do that, I meditate, I do some yoga, right? And I find the root of my problem. Now, a lot of my problems used to be emotional distress, feeling like I didn't belong, lacking confidence, like the previous video. Always feeling like I had something to prove to myself and or to others. But I was never calm. I was always just moving around, avoiding myself by always listening to something or watching something or doing something. I never really sat with myself and just contemplated. Now I do that a lot. I contemplate a lot. Excuse me. Excuse me. I meditate a lot. I go on walks by myself. I find solitude, not because I'm lonely, but because I need to be alone in order to find my peace. And then when I'm comfortable enough, when I feel like I've reached a certain point, I'm able to go to other people that I feel like will understand what I'm going through. I feel like will give me some good advice. Because some things I can't solve by myself, just like all of you. You can't solve everything by yourself. You do need assistance in finding your peace. You can't rely on yourself forever. You can't rely on your temporary coping mechanisms forever. You can't fill holes with sex, with drugs, with alcohol, with food, with music, with movies and sports and TVs and whatever all the time. You can't keep doing that because you will always feel empty when you're done. That's why so many people keep entertaining themselves with that BS. They keep themselves preoccupied so that way they don't have to face their mind. I have been guilty of this too. Sometimes I still am, but then I step back and I'm like, oh wait, I'm distracting myself from my problems. I need to face them in order to find peace. And that's very, 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 very important. I've known, know, and seen so many people just keep having temporary fixes. And they may think they don't have a problem, but judging by their actions and what I hear from them, or the things that they say, it's to the contrary. There's all these temporary fixes to problems that they know they have or that they don't know they have, but other people can see, that I can see. They're not truly at peace. And I'm sure many of you know people like that and or have seen people like that. Everybody is guilty of this. Everybody, unless you're, I don't know, perfect, but almost nobody's perfect that I know of. But finding your peace is very, very essential to living a healthy life. You can't get past your mental health issues without finding your peace in some regards. You can't get past your emotional health issues without finding peace in some regards. You can't get past trauma without finding peace. You can find peace with therapy, talking to people, learning how to deal with your emotions in a healthy manner, knowing how to love yourself appropriately, respecting yourself the way that you should. There are a myriad of ways to help you find your peace. And then once you do find your peace, those, healthy coping mechanisms won't just be a temporary fix. It'll just be maintenance, right? When the problems that I have solved within myself right now, like heightening my emotional intelligence, not being callous, accepting my emotions, forgiving people, not because I really want to forgive them, but because it's necessary in order for me to move on. Just getting rid of all the lies I tell myself, acknowledging that I was depressed for a while, nurturing my inner child, doing all these things has helped me find my peace. And in order to maintain that, I go on walks. I sit at a lake. I eat things I like. I cook. I perform poetry. I do this. I talk to you guys. I create Casmic Desist. It's all just maintenance in order to remain calm, remain peaceful, and also meditation, right? It's all maintenance. It's all maintenance. Once you find your peace, you have to be able to maintain it, or else things will keep popping up, because you can't find your peace one day and then just go back to what you were doing. It has to be consistent. It has to be consistent until it is subconscious. Like you don't have to worry about it at all. You're just consciously doing these things. It's a routine to you. That's what it means to find your peace. You have to find the root of the problem, destroy the root, that way nothing else can grow in it, and then you have to perform maintenance. And you have to just keep doing these things. And then once you reach the end of the road, it's just maintenance at that point. Routine maintenance, because we're all human at the end of the day. Unless you're not, then whatever, I don't care. We're all beings in this weird reality that we call life. Before we continue with this video, let's take a journey through the Casmic Desist website, where I not only had the chance to take all of your money, but also show you guys what it really means to be part of this beautiful community of ours and grow together. When you go to the website, you'll be met with all the new happenings, different pathways to explore your inner reality, like your inner song, how you harmonize, and even how you gift yourself. We'll delve into what our roles are, my own subconscious and brand updates, each design's unique poetry, illustrations, and even how you can illustrate yourself. You'll find chances to win something and even realign yourself if you ever get lost along the way. At the end of the day, we're just here to learn, to evolve, to experience things, to just grow. 'Cause we're not perfect. There's always room to grow. There shouldn't be a day when you don't learn, Shouldn't be a week where you don't learn, a month or a year where you don't learn anything. There shouldn't be any time where you don't learn something about yourself or learn something about the world or reality that keeps you at peace. And then once you can find your peace, once you can find your peace. Oof, excuse me, there's a burp coming on. There's a lot of confirmations burp, especially for what I'm about to say. I'm sorry. Once you can find your peace and you've reached a level where problems don't attack you anymore, they just congregate at a distance from you where you can observe and just go around them and just let them go past you. Once you get to that point, you can find others find their peace. All right, and you don't have to be a therapist to help people, right? You don't have to be wealthy to donate. You don't have to be an influencer or famous or a leader to inspire people, to help them find their peace. If you have something useful to say, if you have real wisdom, share it. Just like I'm sharing it. I'm not a therapist. I'm not an expert. I'm not the best artist in the world. I'm not the best poet. I haven't had every experience imaginable, but I am alive. And I have found ways to be calm and to approach things in a healthy manner and to maintain my sense of inner comfort, of inner peace. So much so that I know I can help people, and I have helped people. I've helped my family, I've helped friends, I've helped people I don't even know. Even like the little things. Like the certain things that I say to random people, after the fact, I realized that they needed that. I'm just talking. And that's the crazy part. Once you get to the point where you have so much serenity and tranquility and peace within you, when you just talk normally, you impact people by just being who you are, which is beautiful. Being who you are when you're at that serenity, when you're at that peace of that place of utter tranquility, being who you are just makes everyone glow when you're around them. Like, it opens people up. It may trigger people. Oh well, it triggers them because there's something in them that needs to be healed just by seeing you or observing you or listening to you. And that's great. That means you have accomplished something within yourself to the extent that you affect people in a positive way. That's what happens when you really find your peace. When you really find your peace, you'll be able to just affect people without even trying. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then when you look around you, you have people that don't like you because you're so happy and peaceful. You have people that love you because you're so happy and peaceful. You'll have people that admire you because you're so happy and peaceful, and you have all these things going for you because once you're calm and you're peaceful, so many great things start happening to you. And it's such a wonderful feeling to realize that when you're calm, everything, the world is calm. Even all the bad things, it's just like, it's really bad. It's really unfortunate, but I'm glad that things will improve. I know that if I can improve, other people can improve. Excuse me. Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. All these burps are great. These are good things. But that's the wonder of finding your peace. Once you get through all these things and you organize everything, you compartmentalize everything, you get rid of all the trauma, you heal yourself, every aspect of yourself, you work with the dark side of yourself to keep growing. It's just all great. It's all great. You have so much confidence. It's all good. And you just open yourself up to opportunities that you couldn't even have imagined before. Because when you're that way, you're a magnet. Really, truly, you are a magnet when you're so peaceful. You're a magnet to so many positive things, to so many people. You attract so many things, but then you also protect yourself from so many things that do not deserve or need to be in your space at all. You're just happy you're just happy, you're calm, or just neutral. Like you're not too high all the time, you're not too low, you're just like cooling. You're cooling. Feel me? You're just cooling. That's what it means to find your peace. Nothing temporary, none of those stupid temporary coping mechanisms. Maintain, destroy the root, impact people with the beauty of you, and you just keep going from there. I feel like I just said everything I needed to say. There's more I might need to say, but it'll just be me saying the same thing all over again, over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So I'll end the video with this little tidbit. When you're stressed, meditate, contemplate. Understand why you're stressed, understand why you're sad. Don't be afraid to face your problems. Stop using temporary fixes to fill a hole in yourself that will always remain empty if you try to fix it with temporary solutions. Instead, face your problem, face your darkness, accept it, acknowledge it, understand it, heal it, and then nurture that growth. That way, you continue to find your peace and then maintain it with healthy maintaining mechanisms, with healthy habits. Go form a routine and then do whatever you want because you can, because you're so peaceful, you're so calm. You'll affect people in beautiful ways, whether they like it or not, whether you realize it or not. It's all wonderful. So I'll end it by saying this. Next time, someone you love or your friends ask you what you want to do today, instead of saying, I don't know, just all you have to say is, I'm going to do my own thing. And just run away as fast as you can and frolic through the hills. Because that's exactly what you can do. You can do whatever you want. And nobody can tell you otherwise. So with that, I bid you adieu. I love all of you. I truly wish you the best. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to go to the website, CasmicDesist.store. By this video, Casmic Desist in this community, what should look vastly different from what it started as. And for that, I am eternally grateful. So let's keep riding this train till I die, which won't be a million years from now. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace.